Hello and welcome back to the World of Warcraft Legion beta servers. Today we will be testing out the Affliction spec for Warlocks. As you can see, I have my Voidwalker with me. This is the new model for the Voidwalker when Legion goes live. I believe when the pre-patch goes live as well, these demon models will change. So this is our cool new Voidwalker. I do want to mention I did skip all of the opening scenarios and quests just to get here a little bit sooner. We are in a template character using 680 item level gear, so we're not exactly well geared by any means. So for those of you who maybe don't have the best of gear, you can kind of get an idea of what our gear is going to, or what your gear is going to look like when you go through these quests. We're just going to throw a soul shard on ourselves. And one more thing I do want to do before we go ahead and move on is show you some of the passives that we have now for Affliction spec. So we have Mastery, Potent Afflictions. This is a passive which increases damage done by Agony, Corruption, Siphon Life, and Unstable Affliction by 55%. Of course, this is based off of how much Mastery you have on your gear, so you may have much more than I do. Secrets of the Necrolite. This is a passive where your Drain Life is massively empowered, dealing 200% increased damage, but not healing. So you will get the same amount of healing, but your damage will be higher. Ooh, excuse me. We have Soul Leech, another passive. All single target damage done by you and your minions grants you and your pet shadowy shields that absorb 10% of the damage dealt up to a maximum of 20%. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. Before I do, if you're looking for something in particular in the video and you don't want to watch, because I know some of these end up being an hour and a half long, go ahead and look in the description and you can just jump to a time to kind of find out what you're looking for. Okay? So, it's good to see you on your feet. The members of the Council of Six are recuperating from their ordeal. The intensity of the teleportation spell can be disorienting. It seems you lost consciousness for a time, but at least you didn't awaken to find yourself stuck in a wall. Dalaran has been relocated to the Broken Isles. From here, we will spearhead the effort to acquire the Pillars of Creation and drive the Legion from Azeroth once and for all. And of course, here is our Dalaran Hearthstone that we get. This is basically your new Garrison Hearthstone, and 5 Tomes of the Tranquil Mind. These are used to respec your talents while you are either in the open world, in a raid, or in a dungeon, as long as you are not in combat. You can see that we do not have any missions available to us, and there are none, or quests available for us to pick up in the world. So what you're going to want to do is just kind of run around, get your bearings here in Dalaran, and eventually you will be prompted to pick up your quest. I believe he walks along here. I may be wrong, though. We'll find out here in a second. I do have the Demonology Warlock. I just finished the video before making this one. That was a hell of a lot of fun, so I'm hoping the same for Affliction. It does look like a fun spec. They have a lot of really cool talents to use, and here is our quest.
A moment of your time, Warlock. The Council of the Black Harvest requests your assistance.
Greetings, Warlock. I speak on behalf of the Council of the Black Harvest. With the Legion invasion upon us, it is painfully clear that our only hope is to grow stronger. The Council plans to tap into the Twisting Nether and call forth more powerful demon allies. The ritual is ready, but we are short one number. No doubt you have heard of the fate that befell Ken Rathod Ebenlock. You will be his replacement. Do you accept?
Join us at the Circle of Wills in Dalaran's underbelly, Warlock. My portal will take you there directly.
So just go ahead and click on the portal. We don't need to hear that little bit there. Speak with our friend. You have made the right decision. Let us hope you live up to your reputation. It is time to begin the ritual, Warlock. Be prepared, for the summoning we perform today will be more challenging than any you have known or seen before. Are you ready?
The Bellfire beckons.
Let's take our place and watch the fireworks. Let's try that again. Let's watch the fireworks. They were supposed to talk there, they didn't. I'm sorry, that broke down a little bit. Basically, they have a little snarky conversation together. Hey, Gnome, you sure you're ready to do this? He summons the portal. He says, I hope our new Warlock friend is strong enough. She says the same thing, quite snarky as well, and then we click on the summoning portal. And since it appears to be bugged all the way through, I'm going to kind of try and paraphrase here. Our warlock friend is...
Be prepared. We're reaching deeper into the nether than ever before.
saying some random words.
Keep focused. I sense a being of great power on the other side. Salafresh!
Or was it Teloff? I'm always mixing those up.
No! The portal!
It is I, Zelafrax Wallowpox! You will serve me, demon!
Trifling gnome! I think not! Foolish mortals! You think yourselves worthy to enslave the mighty Juggernaut? It is you who will be made to serve! So, the new blood awakens. You were spared the brunt of the Pit Lord's assault. Pity the rest of us weren't so lucky. We would seem to be Juggernaut's prisoners on some forsaken Legion world. Imagine the horrors he has planned for us. Personally, I would prefer to avoid such torment. Pain. A heart to focus. Quickly, before our jailer turns his attention to us, you may be able to control him long enough. I obey.
Well, I would show you what's happening, but I'm stuck. And now we're not stuck anymore. And we're in the Fellfire. Oh god.
What trickery is this? No one escapes my cells! Juggernaut will end you. That was Chewbacca. The others might yet live. I am too wounded to go with you, Warlock. Find the others.
Wait,
Together.
please don't hurt Calidus.
Leave
Calidus
me.
is certain to the crew
It's no one's burden.
uses and mocks poor Calidus. But you could be his undoing. Calidus will distract sentries. You find your friends. We will meet again soon.
So, there's a little buddy of ours. He can transform. He is the Treasure Goblin model. So, if you're wondering what that model is, those are the goblins. And so here we go. We're going to save our friends, hopefully. Let's get some momentum back here. Save our friend.
I was nearly food for the hounds. Thank you.
Your silence cannot last forever, Warden!
Is that the best you've got, demon? I thought your kind knew how to torture. Pathetic.
Savor your words while your mind can still form them, worm.
I appreciate the assistance, Warlock. These demons are dreadfully boring.
Wait, where is Ritson?
The orc was gravely injured and cannot follow. No matter. We four should suffice to control that pit lord. That is still our goal, yes. Fine, stubborn Worgen. Escape shall be our first priority. But if the opportunity to enslave the demon presents itself, I say we take it.
Then it's decided. Let's keep moving.
And now that we're here, we'll just click on these barrier controls. This will bring down this wall here and allow us to press on.
This way! Over here! Yes, friend?
What is this miserable creature?
Calidus is a friend. Here we see. Juggernaut hunts powerful weapons. Friend could use these weapons to rule this place.
Rule? I like the sound of that.
Slow down, Shinfel. How do we know we can trust this thing?
You must trust Calidus. Come to the archives. It's not far.
I don't know. I've got a bad feeling about this. amazing! Think of all we could learn from these tomes.
Not to mention the power they could give us.
This is the tome you seek, friend. Take it, then we can leave this place.
Insolent wretches!
It would appear we've been discovered.
Did you think you could escape my grasp so easily?
Unhand me, wretch!
Haughty warlocks! You presume to issue commands to my kind? Face the consequences for your insolence!
Shinfel, no!
I will smash you like the insignificant gnats you are! Burn! Burn in the fell fire!
Flee, friend! We must escape through the gateway!
Zinin, look out!
Your skull will make a fine trophy!
Zinin! Oh no! What needs... Press on, Warlock! Close the portal!
I will burn you to cinders!
The path is clear! Hurry!
This is not over, Warlock! I will see the end of you!
Ah, you did it, friend! The portal is closed. He cannot pursue us here.
Kadia is sorry we could not save your friends, but maybe they survive if we
We
hurry.
must find the weapon so the Juggernaut can be defeated. The book is the key.
Jagannath tortured them, yes, but he likes to keep victims alive, mostly. The book you carry is the key to your friend's salvation and to your absolute power. It holds within information about many relics too dangerous to the Legion to leave unchecked. Read, friend, and decide which of these artifacts you will use to strike Jagannath down.
Farewell,
So here is our
friend.
UI. This will show you the 3 different artifact weapons we are able to obtain as a warlock. We will be doing Affliction for the purposes of our video, and that is Ulthalesh, the Deadwind Harvester, which obviously is item level 750. So if you're wondering what item level they start at, there you go. Demonology and Destruction, and we have the Skull of Minari, along with the Spine of Thalkiel, a one-hander and offhand, and the Scepter of Sargeras, a staff for destruction. I do have a Demonology video up already, and I'll have Destruction up later, so if you're interested in seeing those, you can go do that. You will also be able to go back and get these at some point during the expansion. As of right now, I think it's 102, and I'm not sure about the 3rd, what level. I haven't tried that because I've only done it on the Demon Hunter so far, and there's only 2 specs. So, if you're interested in that, you will be able to go back and get these. Also, they have catch-up mechanisms in place so that the longer the expansion is out, the easier it'll be for you to catch these up. So you won't, you know, want to switch. If you want to switch specs at some point, you're like, oh, I like Affliction, but Demo is doing far better damage, and my raid needs me for that. Or Destruction's doing far better damage, my raid needs me to do that. All we have to do is get those weapons, and then do the catch-up mechanisms, and also go out and do like our world quests, our daily quests, and get some artifact power, and you can level these up as well. But we are going to do Affliction today. Wielded by Satael, the first Necrolite, the Deadwind Harvester earned its name by stripping the life from the lands known as Deadwind Pass. After centuries locked away, Uthalesh has been discovered in the possession of the Dark Riders. You must hunt them down if you wish to find where they have hidden it.
Calidus is eager to help.
Yes, friend chose very wisely.
Come back soon!
The book says the Dark Riders were last seen in a place called Manor Mistmantle. If Friend can find these riders, then he can get Uthalesh. Calidus will wait here and await your return. Find Uthalesh, friend.
Calidus will wait here!
So, as you can see, our quest is now popped up, and we have to go to Karazhan and then investigate Manor Mistmantle in Duskwood. So, to get there, you can set your Hearthstone there before, if you want to, set your Hearthstone into Duskwood before the expansion goes live, so that you can just Hearth there, and because you will get your dollar on Hearthstone, and then you can set your regular Hearthstone wherever the hell you want later on. But it's actually very easy. They made it super easy for you to get around. And as you can see, we're going to go into the center of Dalaran, which is new. This is the Chamber of the Guardian. If you step onto this platform, it's going to take us down to Egwin's Gallery, and this area right here, which is very heavy in lore. This is the portrait room. I'm not going to talk about anything in this room because it is heavy spoilers, so we're just going to make our way through. Pardon me. As you can see, there are portals around the world. These are used for all of the scenarios for artifacts, and also you can get around, wherever you want to go later on. So if you want to go, you're still trying to get invincible, you can click on Wormrest Temple later on and go to Northrend from Wrath of the Lich King. Okay, here is our portal to Karazhan. Let's go ahead and click on it twice because apparently it didn't work the first time. So also, if you're looking for Light's Justice or something from Karazhan for a transmog, or you're looking for a shield or some crap from here, you can come straight to Karazhan. Or if you just like doing Karazhan. I know I used to love it. This is one of my favorite raids. Okay, let us head over to Duskwood to track down the Dark Riders. So far, I'm having a pretty good time. If you're wondering what this ability is, this is one of our talents. This is one of our 100 talents that I took. I'm testing it out. I'm not 100% sure on how it works. It's called Soul Effigy. It creates a soul effigy bound to the target, which is attackable only by you, and 35% of all damage taken by the effigy is duplicated onto the original target. This lasts 10 minutes, and it can be damaged, by the boss or whatever's around. So if it's doing AoE, it can do some damage. Just want to point out, I think I know how to use it now. So if you're wondering why I'm tab targeting and casting onto something else, I'm trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. But here we are. There's obviously some other warlocks here on the quest.
Stay back! I may be wounded, but the light will protect me. What? Have you not come to finish what the Dark Riders started?
So, you hunt the Dark Riders as well? Long have I searched for a way to rid Duskwood of their curse, but now it seems I have become the hunted. Though we share a common enemy, the sins you bear prevent me from aiding your cause. The light is not well served by taking power from one evil only to bestow it upon another. Let's see. The power would serve to defeat the Legion. You consider that an evil goal. I don't have time for your nonsense. Priest, the Burning Legion is the greater threat. Where I could attack, if you will not tell me, I will strip the answers from your soul. Well, we are a warlock, and I know a lot of people aren't going to pick that, so I'm going to pick the attack.
So be it. By the light be purged!
Oh, and our Voidwalker is not out, so let's get him.
Stay your weapon! The riders will be upon us soon enough, and nothing is gained if we both die here. Help me hunt them down, and I will tell you what I know.
I don't think both of us were about to die here, Mr. Cost, but okay.
Let me show you the light.
I am left with little choice. I cannot face another Dark Rider ambush alone, and you are obviously formidable. I will help you find the weapon you seek, but only if you will allow me to return the others in their possession to their rightful place. Do we have a deal, Warlock? Very well. I suppose an introduction is in order. I am Revel Cost, Priest of the Light and Seeker of Lost Artifacts. I've dealt with the Dark Riders before and have returned to rid this place of them. The Riders are elusive, but I may have a clue to their whereabouts. In our previous confrontation, I was able to see a glimpse into their past. Granted blessed vision by the Cloak of Purity, I saw the Dark Riders for who they were before. Come with me to Aradin's camp. I will explain on the way.
Go with the light. It seems you've been followed. Dark Riders!
Okay.
What do you need?
I'm going to assume that he bugged out, so give me just a moment, and I'll see if I can get this to work again. I'll be...
Quickly! To Aradin's camp!
Okay. We could have just waited, apparently. Some mobs are supposed to show up there, but aren't, and they bugged out, so I will report that. After the video is over, I'm going to just take note of the time, 5:04 a.m.
The Dark Riders were not always like this. They were once a group of traveling merchants. Unfortunately, they crossed the sorcerer Medivh, who cursed them to an eternity of hunting artifacts for him. Look out behind you!
I guess there's supposed to be Dark Riders attacking here as well, so we're not going to stop the video. We're just going to wait. I'll talk for a few seconds. It looks like you would have two Dark Riders come up behind you. They look like basic geared Death
Your
Knights.
skill in combat is impressive. We may yet survive this.
And we'll continue on into Deadwind Pass.
Aradin was the first of the Dark Riders, and I believe he leads them now. His camp is still in Deadwind Pass, strangely untouched after all these years. If my convictions are correct, the key to finding the Dark Riders, as well as the artifacts they still covet, can be found there. Riders on our flank! Be ready!
Okay. It looks like some Dark Riders would come from this direction as well. They have been defeated. It looks like if other people are on this quest as well, there are Warlocks, Death Knights, and I believe Moonkins who are on this quest. If they kill them before you, it looks like the mobs don't
Let us
trigger.
press on. We are nearly there.
So again, in between 5:04 and now, I will report that. I assume they're not too difficult though, so we're not missing out on much.
Here, the camp is in this clearing. Let us search it. How can the light serve?
It is strange that the Dark Riders haven't followed us here, but I will take whatever boon I can get. I believe the key to finding the Dark Riders is here somewhere. Let us begin our search. This place is where the merchant Aradin set up camp while he was trying to ply his dubious wares to the sorcerer Medivh. It has remained strangely untouched for all this time, which leads me to believe it may still have a connection to its former owner. Help me search the camp. Let's see if we can find something to lead us to the Dark Riders.
I am the light's vengeance.
Box has nothing to do with anything. Let's check that or journal.
You will suffer for your trespass.
Okay, well, we figured it out.
first. Turn away now, interloper. The horrors of the past will be your undoing.
Otherwise,
I think that means we're on the right track. See what you can find in that journal.
Okay. Otherwise an ordinary-looking journal, this book hums with dark energy as you approach it. A quick scan of the writing reveals this is the Journal of Aridin, and chronicles his time in Deadwind Pass. Towards the end of the journal, the writing begins to change and the tone becomes noticeably darker. It constantly refers to the curse, and of the endless desire to possess things of greater power. One such entry catches your eye as you glance through. Though the journal devolves into dark ramblings written in hurried scribbles, one entry stands out. Uthalesh. The name rings in my head. I can hear it calling. But where? The spirits. The very land here is tied to it. It is no wonder we should so often get lost in this place. The forces pull my compass point in every direction. Perhaps if it had any stronger pull, the compass could show the way.
What do you need? The light redeems.
Oh, and over here is the compass. And then we'll turn this in.
Let me show you
Is
the
that
light.
the one? There's definitely something wrong with this compass. It seems to be trying to point in all directions at once. The journal mentions a stronger pull for the compass. If the spirits of this place are indeed tied to it, they may serve as the pull we need. What the hell? I've come upon several locations. I don't know what the hell's going on. We're just fighting shit for no reason. I've come upon several locations in the past where restless spirits tend to appear. Perhaps if you show the spirits there the compass, they may be able to help point it in the right direction. You seek these locations out. I'll continue on to Karazhan and see if I can find anything leading to the Dark Riders.
Turn away now, interloper. The horrors of the past will be your
Okay.
I think that means we're on the right track.
Fly.
See what you can find in that journal.
Okay. These do bug out a lot. If you've watched any other video, you'd know that a lot of these scenarios are not working at 100%. They're sometimes a little bit bugged out. So we've got to fight these restless spirits. It says we must become attuned at Dead Man's Crossing.
Such poor souls. You don't even belong here, but you will forever be bound to this place. Do not fret. Through Uthalesh, you will be so much more in death than you were in life.
Oh my god. Well, holy shit. Okay. Well, that was dark as hell. She just hung those people on the tree. Wow. Okay. So, that was terrifying. I don't know what this person is screaming about, but I'm sure we'll find out if there actually is a problem. But that was unbelievably terrifying. She just summoned up and threw people into the damn tree and hung it. To tune the compass. Oh, she's gonna
You
throw
were
them.
fools to think such a pitiful force could oppose an agent of Sargeras. Your worthless lives will pave the way for the Legion.
Oh, Lord. She is not a nice person. She is not nice at all. She's killed at least 8 people so far. And we're heading into this chapel here. And see the last piece.
How quaint. Do you really think think your holy light can protect you from the Legion's onslaught? Where is your light to protect you now?
Oh god. Looks like there went another 5. Thought the Death Knight scenario was... or the Death Knight, opening quests were dark. This shit is real dark. But no matter, we must press on. I'm heading over to our friend here.
How can the light serve?
It looks like it worked, and the compass is pointing toward the river. Could it be?
I am the light's vengeance. Let me show you
There's
the
a sewer
light.
grate along the edge of the river leading to catacombs underneath Karazhan. I've never paid it much attention, but it could be where the spirits are directing us. To think, the Dark Riders may have been under our noses the entire time. Come, let us see where this leads.
The light redeems. The sewer entrance is this way. Follow me.
Random ghost appeared and pointed this way. So, we're heading into the catacombs underneath Karazhan. The fabled catacombs. This guy's pointing in here too.
It's too far away.
Complete the Dark Riders scenario. There we go. Okay.
Take care. There is a dark energy emanating from the spirits of this place. We had best not get too close.
Okay. Well, looks like we've made some friends.
How far down is this place? These stairs seem to go forever. The way is blocked.
Intruders! You will go no further.
Okay, this is
Hold!
where...
Those spirits he's controlling look like they'll rip us apart. We have to figure out a way to get past without being torn asunder.
Huh, that might be what I was about to say. But first, let's put on our soulstone. Just in case we fuck it up. We're going to use our demonic gateway. Cast it across. And boom.
Do not think you have won. Conservator, do your duty.
He's gonna run away, so we're fighting the Conservator.
Keep your guard up. I fear Eridan is not done. Over here! Is this the relic? The artifact chambers look to be just ahead. Let us proceed.
So this is what you're after. The artifacts of Karazhan belong here. And I will not allow them to be taken away!
You have no right to these artifacts, fiend. They must be reclaimed in the name of the light.
Your light does not reach here, priest. If you want Ulthalesh Warlock, come and claim it.
Quickly, after him.
Well,
I will only slow you down.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna chase after him, and we're taking Ulthalesh for ourselves. But first, apparently, we need to get by some more of these skeletons. Perfect. Got a couple more Dark Riders and Beers. Easy peasy. Let's get some of our mana back. We are going to actually switch really quickly. Use our Tome of the Tranquil Mind, so you can see what that looks like, and we're going to switch to Phantom Singularity. And just because Soul Effigy, I don't feel like it's the best. It might be. It might actually be the very best that there ever was, but I want to try out the other one while we're here in the dungeon. Or not in the dungeon, in the scenario. Seems a little bit easier to use. It is on a 1-minute cooldown as opposed to the Soul Effigy, but I'll just show you what it does real quick. It places a Phantom Singularity above the target, which consumes the life of all enemies within 25 yards, dealing 29,696 damage over 12.2 seconds, healing you for 30% of the damage. Done. So I just like not having to cast that every single time. I do something. But Affliction seems pretty nice. I mean, this is definitely not my bag. This isn't something I would be super interested in, but it is holding my attention, so if you do have an Affliction Warlock, or Warlock in general, I would suggest trying the spec out once it goes live. It's not bad, and you can kind of customize it to the way you want to play. Alright, let's go after Eridan.
You are a persistent one. Very well. If you so thirst for the power of the Deadwind Harvester, then I will show it to you myself. Ulthalesh feasts tonight!
not be taken! No!
And we now have the Deadwind Harvester, Uthalesh. Or Ulthalesh.
It's over. The deed is done. Take your weapon. I must return the other artifacts to their rightful owners. I hope for both our sakes that we do not meet again. What do you need?
Though I'll admit I may not have been able to do this alone, I will not forget the transgressions that happened today. You have what you came for, Warlock. I think it is time you are on your way.
I and the Light's
Our goals have been met,
vengeance.
Warlock, and it is time we part ways. I think I will be glad to see the last of you. Go on, return to your Dark Masters. We are done here.
Go with the light.
So we have to head back to Dalaran, and I don't believe there is any portal to get out of here. We'll just check this last room. I don't know what the hell that is, but it's really cool looking. So what we'll do is we'll use our Dalaran Hearthstone to get out of here. And leave our priest friend to his business. But we'll head back down into the sewers here to find Caldius, or is that his name? Calidus? The little treasure goblin? Of course I can't jump over that. But we do now have the Deadwind Harvester, and before we click and start on our next part of the quest, you can see that just by picking up the weapon, we get the Reap Soul ability, consuming the souls of fallen foes to empower Uthalesh. Here we go. That ability consumes all tormented souls collected by Ulthalesh, increasing your damage by 10% and doubling the effect of all Ulthalesh's other traits for 5 seconds per soul consumed. Ulthalesh collects tormented souls from each target you kill and occasionally escaped souls it previously collected. So, I don't know exactly what that means, but we'll find out. We'll check it out here in just a moment.
Yes, friend?
Friend has the weapon? Yes, Calidus can feel its power. Friend has the artifact. Now Jagganoth does not stand a chance. Quickly, you must go back to Dreadscar Rift. You may still be able to save your friends from Jagganoth's vengeance. If you take the heart of the Overlord, his army will be yours to command.
Farewell, friend!
Let's get our little tank up and head back through. It's time for round 2.
So, the little warlock returns. You're too late to save your friends. They have the honor of amusing my lord, Mephistroth. He will be pleased to receive yet another gift, and I will happily deliver you to him. Come, warlock! You will be broken! This power you wield, it's not possible!
You can see we've increased the damage, our damage by 10%, and doubles the effectiveness of other traits of the Harvester. And those we'll take a look at once we've gotten to our class hall. Don't want to spoil anything yet, so...
This cannot be! Mephistroth will take you.
Oh, Jagganoth is slain! Now, take his heart! You will be the Lord of the Dreadscar!
So, we're going to just click on Jagganoth, and as you can see, His black beating heart is now in our possession.
Oh, bring the heart to the altar. This way.
Let's make our way over to this altar, avoiding the giant infernals. They look so cool, though. They really do look pretty cool. We'll head up here. Our little friend disappeared because he's so much faster than us. But you did get to see the Reap Soul's ability. Essentially, it will increase our damage and doubles the effects of the weapon itself. So let's click on this right here. I'll get a little close.
So, mortal, you have slain one of my generals. Savor your victory while you can, Warlock. This war is far from over. We will meet again.
Friend, the Dreadscar have come to serve at your command.
So, welcome to the Warlock Class Hall? The Warlock Class Hall, the Dreadscar Rift. So this torn apart planet in the Twisting Nether that we've been to several times throughout our scenarios is now our home. This is now our Warlock home, where we will be throughout the expansion to do certain things. As you can see, the dead body of Jagannath, Overlord of the Dreadscar, is now hanging with his beating heart just below, and some Doom Guards protecting over it. The cruel Jagannath is defeated. Friend is the new Overlord of the Dreadscar. This place will be Friend's new home, with the Dreadscar under your control. You can come and go as you please. Jagannath's minions are now yours to command, Overlord, but there is more power to this place than just that. Here at the seat of the Overlord you will find a special altar, formed of the Pit Lord's blood and charged with his power. This power can be transferred to your new weapon. Approach the altar, Overlord, and claim Jagannath's power for your own.
Calidus will wait here.
So, this is where the altar is, but before we click on it, let's take a look at the Deadwind Harvester as it appears on our character model. It's pretty cool. Just a nice scythe. Has a pretty interesting glow to it. Do keep in mind there are transmogs available for this weapon, in particular throughout the expansion, that you can gain through various methods. And you can also, if you don't like the scythe model at all, if you have a staff or something that you like a hell of a lot better, you can always transmog that as well. So, let's go ahead and click on the Fell Blood Altar. You can see here is the ability that we gain just from equipping the weapon, and here is the first trait that is available to us, Crystalline Shadows, a 1-rank passive which increases all shadow damage we deal by 2%. This costs 100 artifact power, and as you can see, Blizzard gives us 100 artifact power for just picking up the weapon and the purposes of our tutorial. So let's go ahead and click on that. You can see this will open up the rest of the traits of the weapon itself, and you can see there are 3 golden portraited traits. Those are the ones you're going to be working towards the most. They are the most powerful traits for the weapon. You can see we have 2 directions that we can go from the trait we just purchased, each costing 300 artifact power. The cost either, as of now I believe, increases every time you add artifact power in, although that may change. It may cost 300 flat rank all the way through up until you have your 3rd rank. Also, these percentages that I'm going to be reading off are going to increase by that percentage per rank, so keep that in mind. So we have Seeds of Doom, a 3-rank passive, increasing damage dealt when Seed of Corruption explodes by 5%. We have a 1-rank passive, Compounding Horror. Each time Agony and Corruption deal damage, they have a 10% chance to increase damage dealt by your next unstable affliction by 5%. This can stack up to 5 times. We have Long Dark Night of the Soul. This is a 3-rank passive, increasing healing we receive from Drain Life by 10%. And our first major trait here, Soul Flame. This is a 1-rank passive. When you kill a target, its soul bursts into flames, dealing 10,426 Shadow Flame damage to all nearby enemies. And we have Shadowy Incantations. This is a 3-rank passive, increasing shadow damage we deal by 1%. We have Hideous Corruption. This is a 3-rank passive, increasing damage dealt by corruption by 4%. And our second major trait, Wrath of Consumption. This is 1-rank passive. After you kill a target, your damage over time effects deal 2% increased damage for the next 20 seconds, and this can stack 5 times. And we have Perdition, a 3-rank passive, increasing critical strike damage dealt by Agony, Corruption, Drain Life, and Unstable Affliction by 3%. We have Sweet Souls, a 1-rank passive. Your health stone heals you for an additional 50% of your maximum health. Any party or raid member using a health stone also heals you for the amount that they were healed. We have Inherently Unstable. This is a 3-rank passive, increasing the critical strike chance of Unstable Affliction by 2%. We have Inimitable Agony. Wow, holy crap, I couldn't say that. It's a 3-rank passive, increasing damage dealt by Agony by 4%. We have Drained to a Husk, a 3-rank passive, increasing damage dealt by Drain Life by 2%. That leads to Fatal Echoes, a 1-rank passive. When Unstable Affliction expires, it has a 6% chance to reapply itself. Shadows of the Flesh, a 3-rank passive, increasing the amount absorbed by Soul Leech by 1%. And our final trait and a major trait, Harvester of Souls. This is 1-rank passive. Each time Corruption deals damage, it has a 15% chance to deal 4,519 shadow damage to the target and heal you for 100% of the damage dealt. Keep in mind, Blizzard has said that there is a way to respec, but I wouldn't really worry too much about that. I would just pick out which of your first major traits you're going to be going for, make your way towards that, and eventually you will be coming down and getting everything. So if you're going to be an Affliction Warlock, it can take several months, but eventually you'll have all of the traits unlocked. The artifact power after usually 110 increases dramatically that you will need for another trait. So make sure you're picking what major trait you want and going that direction. As you can see up here as well, we have 3 relic slots. These relic slots, these 2 relic slots are available as soon as you get the weapon. This third one is unavailable until you finish the Warlock Order Hall campaign. That can take you well into 110, depending on how much you play. So don't expect to have anything in there for a while. These 2 you will receive relics from quests and also from dungeons. They will add passive item levels to your artifact weapon, as well as add passive ranks to your traits. So let's say, for instance, you have 3 of 3 in Seeds of Doom, and this one might add 2, and you would have 5 of 3 Seeds of Doom, and that would increase the damage dealt by 25% as opposed to the basic 15% just from the ranks. Okay, also keep in mind, while you're leveling, it's not too much of a big deal, but at 110 it's especially a big deal. You cannot take your relics out of these slots and maybe change it out for another relic and then try that out. They do get overwritten, so anything in these slots, when you go to put something new over top of it, you will lose the relic already slotted permanently. Okay, and now we see up here we have a 1 in the corner here. This gives us a passive 0.75% to our stamina, and that is for every trait purchased up to 34 traits. So the further we go along, we'll have just a ton of passive stamina built up while we have this weapon equipped. And for healers and tanks, that will be different. They also get a passive bit of damage as well to keep them able to do world quests and such without having to worry too much about dealing damage. So you just get a little bit of passive stamina there. Okay, we've taken a look at that UI. We can also bring up that UI anywhere in the world by shift right-clicking in our inventory on the weapon itself. It will bring it up. You can put relics in anywhere, so as soon as you get one from a quest, you can just pop it right in there. But do keep in mind, you cannot put artifact power into your weapon anywhere but here at the Fell Blood altar, so you do need to be at your class order hall in order to put these points into your traits. I wouldn't recommend coming here unless you're going to like in the middle of questing, just to put 1 point into something, unless of course it's one of these major traits that we talked about. I would just wait until maybe you're done with the zone, because it'll bring you back here anyway, and you can throw some points in. If you do want to, there's no hindrance to it other than time. So I'm just saying, if you're trying to rush to 110 and get geared as fast as possible, don't worry, it'll bring you back here all the time when you're finishing quest lines and such. So don't worry about setting your hearth to Dalaran and running here every couple of minutes. Okay, now that we've taken a look at that UI, let's go ahead and talk to Calidus. Yes, your first weapon grows stronger. Friend cannot rest, though, for a new danger lies around the corner. It seems the friend has caught the attention of Mephistroph. This is very bad news, as the Dreadlord will surely wish to seek revenge for losing his general. Friend will need more than the Dreadscar to stand against him. You will need powerful warlocks such as those who were captured. Calidus thinks the orc still lies in the pit where you were chained. Friend must revive him and rebuild the council.
Farewell, friend!
Okay, let's start heading down that way. As you can see, we've got all of our demons stacked up around us. I do want to show you a few things while we're running around too. We are in the Twisting Nether first of all, so our class hall is very demony. That's the only word I can think. You can see a dead chained infernal over here. Some very dark things going on. You can see along the top, this UI piece will pop up every single time, and we'll check here in a second. It will pop up every single time you're here. It'll also show your order resources. Those order resources are used for basically garrison missions like we've had in the past. They're a little bit different. They're used for your Order Hall campaign. Were we just up here? No, we weren't, but we do need to talk to this guy. They will be used in your campaign. You will also use them to send your champions and your recruits, your minions, if you will, out on missions to gain sometimes just lore and to progress in your quests, as we were talking about, and as well as some extra artifact power and sometimes order resources and such. So there's not too much to it. You can also get gold from it too, I believe. I haven't done the 110 quests in quite a while, so keep in mind any of that can change. You will also use these order resources to get minions from certain people who will eventually show up. I'm not going to ruin too much for you. I don't want to ruin too much, but you'll be able to get minions. Some of them may be probably demons, so keep that in mind. You're going to want to keep them stocked up because they are useful to send on those missions themselves, because they add certain bonuses. As well, your champions, your class hall champions, some of them may be bodyguards. You'll be able to put them in a special slot on the UI that I can't show you, obviously, because we don't have it yet. You would have to actually quest for a while before that shows up and before they walk you through that. But some of them are bodyguards. You'll be able to take them out in the world with you. Make sure you're always keeping one with you. They're very helpful. They'll help you as long as you're in the open world while you're questing and during, when you're doing your dailies. Otherwise, they won't come into dungeons or raids with you. The other thing that order resources are used for, as it says here, is upgrades, class order hall upgrades. We don't have the vendor that I can show you what the UI looks like, but you have two choices in 5 different tiers and then a 6th tier, I believe, to choose from. They vary in what they do. Some of them are 20% chance to increase the success rate of your first mission of the day, to something along the lines of you have a chance for your gear that you get from questing before you hit 110 to upgrade from like a green to a blue or a blue to an epic, etc. They also have one where it's 1 of 3 of your broken seal of fate, I think it's called, per week for free from your class order hall. That's your bonus roll in raids. And the last one is the one we're very interested in because they can only be purchased at 110 and they can take up to 2 weeks, especially for the last one. The first one at 110 will take 7 days, increasing from 7 to 10 to 12 to 14, so it can take a couple of months for you to be able to finish up all the upgrades. But this is why we want the last upgrade, because it allows us to wear 2 of these. When you hit 110, you're allowed to wear 1, and you can either purchase it, I think, off the auction house, or you can find them on your own. These are item level 895 legendaries, and again, with the last one, you'll be able to wear 2. Some of them are damage dealing, some of them are for utility, and some of them are defensive, but they are super powerful, not only in terms of raw stats, but in their equip bonuses. As you can see here, for this helmet rather, Agony will deal its full damage 20% faster. For these wrists, each enemy afflicted with your unstable affliction increases all damage we deal by 4%. And we'll look at one more. Demonic Gateway now cast instantly, and you can use Demonic Gateway twice before triggering a cooldown. So we can really be of use to our raid a lot more with 2 of these. You'll either deal tons of damage, or you'll have tons of utility, or just be one of those incredibly hard to kill group members that the healers will absolutely love. So keep that in mind. Save up your order resources and make sure you're staying on top of those class order hall upgrades. They'll spoon feed them to you while you're leveling, but at 110 you will be on your own and have to pay attention to that. Before we head down as well, we're going to take a look at this quartermaster. He has a set available that I wouldn't recommend for people who are hardcore players. This is the Black Harvest set. I'll show you what it looks like. There we go. It's okay. The helmet looks kind of derpy, but I mean, what did you expect? So that's the set. I'll hover over it if you want to pause the video and take a look at the set bonuses. I'm not going to talk about them right now, but this set is something that would be good for casual players, I believe, and for people who are playing this as an alt. The Warlock as an alt. You will probably get much better gear than the maximum 840 eye level that this set has, mostly because the raids will be out. If you're going to be raiding, you'll get better gear. You also have an opportunity to get Warforged and Titan Forged gear just from doing basic dungeons, mythic dungeons, and also your world quests. So I have seen people with plenty of luck jump to 850 item level pretty quickly, and it would take quite a while, I think, to get all of this gear, especially because they have their own requirements. They all require 110, but some of the epic pieces require you to have earned 100,000 artifact power and exalted with the Nightfall, and you can also increase these blue pieces, these lower item level pieces, with these armor kits that cost order resources and can upgrade all the pieces all the way up to 840. They're just like the profession ones we have in Warlords of Draenor. Just apply it to your item. So keep in mind, if you're a casual player or you're just on an alt and you don't have time to do dailies all the time, you know, doing dailies occasionally and maybe working towards this set might not be the worst thing. Alright, now that we've looked at that, let's head down to where our quest is. And we have a quest to finish up. We have a UI to show. And there are more things to the class order hall I'm not going to talk about because they do have spoilers to them. And each class order hall is a bit different in its questing and its lore. So I don't have time to play all of them to 110 and tell you every little thing that's about them, and I don't want to look through other people's videos and give you information that would take you away from watching their videos if you were looking for that. So I've given you, though, the basic rundown of what your class hall is, and everything here, like I said, is spoon-fed to you as you go through the leveling process. So let's click on our friend here. We're going to soulstone res him, our orc friend from before.
It seems not even a pit lord can keep you down, Warlock. But what of the rest of the council? What?
I can hardly believe my eyes. For one warlock to control an entire army of demons is beyond what I thought the council was capable of. I only hope such power is enough to turn the tide of this war.
Are we done?
It would seem that where the council has failed, you have found untold success. These Dreadscar should prove powerful allies, but they may not be enough. For now, we must look to rebuild. I will send agents out to locate the whereabouts of the captured council members, as well as any other warlocks that may be able to aid the cause. Meet me at the scrying pool, and we will plan our action from there.
Come, let us plan the future of our order.
Okay, so we're going to be heading... Ooh. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. We're going to be heading back over this direction to... I forget what he called it, the scrying something. Essentially, it's our It's our war map. And we'll be using that to choose where we will be questing. Of course, I'm not going to be going anywhere on this character. This is kind of as far as we're going to go into the class order hall, but I'm going to show you what you would do if you were playing this character on the live servers. So you can see right here is our battle map. If we click on it, this UI becomes available to us, and it gives us 4 zones to choose from. This part in the middle is Suramar. You won't have to worry about this, and you don't have to worry about these 2 islands down here either. Suramar is 110 only, and these are used in other things in the game. So it does not matter, by the way, what zone you pick and what order you choose them in. The zones level with you. So whether you choose Stormheim at 100 or Asuna, no matter the zone will level with you. So you'll be 101. Everything in all these zones is now 101, obviously except for Suramar, which is 110. But these will level all the way up with you, and they become significantly harder at 110, and then all the world quests will show up, and you'll be able to run around and do your dailies and get gear, and it's a lot of fun. Especially if you like being able to kind of do whatever the hell you want without, you know, having to go to this one little area of Stormheim or something like that. Okay, also, if you are leveling with a friend and you get like maybe a level ahead, you might think, oh, well, if the zone's all my level, do I phase out? No, absolutely not. You'll see, as long as you're in the same phase, if you're on, you know, in the same phasing of quests, you'll be able to play together. You'll see the mobs as 1-0 whatever, and they'll see the mobs as their level. It makes no difference. It's just, basically, the difficulty always stays relatively the same all the way through from my experience until you hit 110, where it becomes a little bit different, but from 100 to 110 is basically flat difficulty all the way through. So you don't have to worry about leveling with someone who's a different level. So we're just going to pick Stormheim for moving the process along here. We're going to talk to our friend.
I've no time
The
for
plan is set,
trivialities.
and the wheels are in motion.
One more thing, Warlock. With our members scattered and a Dreadlord on our heels, we need you to take leadership of the Council. Through your power, we can rebuild. I name you the first of the Council of the Black Harvest. May you lead us to glory against the Legion.
Okay, so we just became the leader of the Warlock class hall. That's what that was all about. You can see right here, if you're looking to head back to Dalaran, you would just basically walk into this. Here, I'll show you real quick. Just so you don't have to be worried. As you can see, oop, okay, well, okay, we're logged back in. Sorry about that. There are some bugs once in a while. Hopefully, I will report that, and hopefully that will be fleshed out before the expansion goes live. As you can see, this is where we'll teleport to in the underbelly of Dalaran, and you can click right on this. Hopefully, I don't disconnect again. I'd hate to have to relog. There we go, and we're back in our class order hall. So you won't have to worry about setting a hearthstone here. How do I get back? You just go to Dalaran, and you'll be able to run straight to the portal. Okay? Alright, now that we've looked at pretty much everything we have available to us, and anything that doesn't have major spoilers that I don't want to bring up, I want you to be able to experience the fun that the beta has been so far when it goes live. We're going to head over and check out our talents, and then we'll check out our regular baseline abilities and some of our animations as well. This is where you will come in your class order hall to test your DPS. As you can see, there is a raid boss right there, essentially. We have over here something for when you're basic 110, kind of a heroic mob. And then this is the 100 mob, so you'll really have not much need for this here, but nonetheless, it is, so you can test things out while you're leveling up. Okay, so let's take a look at our talents. In the 15 tier now for Affliction, we have Haunt. This costs 8,000 mana, has a 1.13 second cast on a 15-second cooldown. A Ghostly Soul haunts the target, dealing 41,703 shadow damage. If the target dies within 15 seconds, Haunt's cooldown is reset. We have Writhe in Agony. A passive Agony's damage may now ramp up twice as high. And we also have Drain Soul. This will replace your Drain Life. Costs 4,800 mana per second. Is channeled. It will drain the target's soul, costing 55,062 shadow damage over 4.5 seconds, and healing you for 133% of the damage done. This will generate 1 soul shard if the target dies during the effect. So it deals more damage, heals for less, but you have the option of gaining a soul shard. In the 30 tier, we have Contagion, a passive where Unstable Affliction also increases all damage you deal to the target by 15%. Absolute Corruption, another passive where Corruption is now a permanent spell and deals 25% increased damage. The duration is reduced to 60 seconds against players. And finally, Mana Tap, an instant cast spell consuming 30% of your current mana to grant 10% increased damage for 20 seconds. So, honestly, I think Mana Tap might be the best spell in this tier, but I'm not sure. They all seem pretty good. Contagion seems to fall off a lot because we don't generate a ton of soul shards with the build that I had. So I don't know. A more experienced Warlock might be able to tell you which of these talents is the best. I do not know myself. I don't have any of that information available to me. So don't take this. Don't take these talents that I have as being, optimal. In the 45 tier, we have Demon Skin. This is a passive where Soul Leech Absorption now passively recharges at a rate of 1% of maximum health every 1 second, and may now absorb up to 20% of maximum health. We also have Mortal Coil. This costs 9,600 mana, is an instant cast on a 45-second cooldown, which horrifies an enemy target into fleeing. This will incapacitate them for 3 seconds, and healing you for 11% of your maximum health. We're just going to add that onto our bar so we can look at it. And Howl of Terror, instant cast on a 40-second cooldown, lets loose a terrifying howl, causing 5 enemies within 10 yards to flee in fear, disorienting them for 20 seconds. Any damage caused may cancel the effect. In the 60 tier, we have Siphon Life. This is instant cast, cost no mana. Siphons the target's life essence, dealing 38,141 damage over 15 seconds, and will heal you for 100% of the damage it deals. We have Sow the Seeds, another passive. Seed of Corruption will now consume a soul shard. If available, to embed a demon seed in 4 additional nearby enemies. And finally, Soul Harvest, an instant cast on a 2-minute cooldown, increasing your damage and your pet's damage by 20%, lasting 10 seconds, increased by 2 seconds for each target afflicted by your agony, up to a maximum of 30 seconds. In the 75 tier, we have Demonic Circle. This costs 8,000 mana and is a 0.376 second cast. Summons a demonic circle for 6 minutes, allowing you to cast it again to teleport to its location and remove all movement slowing effects. Limit of 1 demonic circle. We have Burning Rush. This is instant cast, increasing your movement speed by 50%, but also damages you for 4% of your maximum health every second. Movement impairing effects may not reduce you below 100% of normal movement speed, and this will last until cancelled. And finally, Dark Pact, an instant cast on a 1-minute cooldown, sacrificing 20% of your demon's current health to shield you for 400% of the sacrificed health for 20 seconds. If you have no demon, your health is sacrificed instead, and this is usable while suffering from control impairing effects. In the 90 tier, we have Crime of Supremacy. This is a passive where you are able to maintain control over even greater demons indefinitely, allowing you to summon a Doom Guard or Infernal as a permanent pet. I completely forgot I had this as my talent, so that's unfortunate. Whatever. Grimoire of Service is the next talent. This is a passive, summons a second demon which fights for you for 25 seconds and deals 100% increased damage, 1.5-minute cooldown. The demon will immediately use one of its special abilities when summoned, and as you can see, those are the abilities there. I'm not going to read them all off. Grimoire of Sacrifice is an instant cast on a 30-second cooldown. It will sacrifice your demon to gain demonic power, causing your spells to sometimes deal 6,950 shadow damage to the target and other enemies within 8 yards. This lasts 1 hour or until you summon a demon. In the 100 tier, we have Soul Effigy, which we were using for a while. You saw what that looked like. This is a 1.13 second cast, creating a Soul Effigy bound to the target, which is attackable only by you. 35% of all damage taken by the effigy is duplicated on the original target. You can only have one Soul Effigy, and it will last for up to 10 minutes. We also have Phantom Singularity. This is an instant cast on a 1-minute cooldown, places a Phantom Singularity above the target, which consumes the life of all enemies within 25 yards, dealing 40,032 damage over 12 seconds, healing you for 30% of the damage done. And finally, Soul Conduit, another passive. Every soul shard you spend has a 20% chance to be refunded. So those are all of our talents that are available to us. Again, this is not indicative of what is the best spec by any means for Affliction. This is just what I picked for the purposes of the video. Okay, so let's take a look. We looked at Demonic Gateway earlier. We'll cast it again. Hasn't changed. Same thing, same animation. We have Enslave Demon, still 8,000 mana cost, a 2.26 second cast, and it will enslave a target demon up to level 101. Of course, we're level 100 at the moment, forcing it to do your bidding for 5 minutes. Unstable Affliction is back. This costs 1 Soul Shard and is on a 1.13 second cast. Afflicts the target with 48,830 shadow damage over 6 seconds. Multiple casts accumulate increased damage. If dispelled, deals 204% of its remaining damage to the dispeller and silences them for 4 seconds. This will refund 1 Soul Shard if the target dies before 6 seconds have elapsed. So let's take a look at what Unstable Affliction looks like. Nothing. There's no real animation to that. You can kind of see a little bit of purple coming off of them. No big deal. Health Funnel. This is a channeled ability. Will sacrifice 24% of your maximum health to heal your summoned demon for twice as much over 4.5 seconds. We have Phantom Singularity, which we talked about. We'll go ahead and cast that. As you can see, there is the Singularity. As you can see, also, it is healing us for the damage it is dealing. We have Unending Resolve, that's 16,000 mana cost, instant cast with a 30-minute cooldown. It will reduce all damage you take by 40% and granting immunity to interrupt and silence effects for 8 seconds. What do we have here? We have Dark Pact. This is one of the abilities we took from the talents. We'll show you the animation for that. I am not on Ultra, so it may look different for you, but this is essentially what it will look like for us. And I'll show you Unending Resolve now, which is pretty awesome. That is the new animation for Unending Resolve. Doomguard and Infernal are pretty much the same, but we have a Soul Shard now, so the Infernal actually has a new model. This is what the Infernal will look like if you're using him out in the world, and I believe he can taunt. Yeah, I think this is his taunt. Yeah, so this is, you can have him over your Voidwalker, so you can have this big-ass cool Infernal out all the time. We also have Banish. Banish has returned, and then you would cast Banish again on the target to cancel the effect. It costs 4,000 mana, and is in a 1.13 second cast. It can only be used on demons, aberrations, or elementals. Of course, our summoned demons, Doomguard and Infernal, do not show up here when you take, what is it? What's the name of it? Grimoire of Supremacy. They'll just remain here on your bar. We still have the Succubus, Fell Hunter, Voidwalker, and Imp. Of course, here are some of our other abilities. Ritual of Summoning, I believe, has the same animation. Let's just check it out real quick. Yeah, we don't have the thing anymore. We actually have to use that. Or we actually have to have people come over and click on it, so we can't actually look at it. That's unfortunate. We do have Create Healthstone still, and Soul Well. We have Soul Stone, which I believe is the same. Yeah, that's all it does, little purple beam up. The Eye of Kilrog and Unending Breath we still have available to us, and we still have Fear, and this is the where you would control your demon's ability. You can make him use his ultimate ability, which in his case is Meteor Strike. We still have Life Tap, restoring 30% of your maximum mana at the cost of 10% of your health. There you go, you can see that still works. We took Mortal Coil. Let's take a look at that. Move over here so we can see it a little bit better. This is Mortal Coil. Hasn't really changed that much. You just come over here and calm down. Sit. We took a look at Reap Souls. Let's take a look at Seed of Corruption. 7,200 mana cost at 1.88 second cooldown. Embeds a demon seed in the enemy target that will explode after 13.5 seconds, dealing 8,340 shadow damage to all enemies within 10 yards and applying corruption to them. The seed will detonate early if the target is hit by other detonations, or it takes 20,442 damage from your spells. So we'll just cast that. That's what it looks like, little red beam. We still have Drain Life. We talked about that earlier, but I'll talk about it again. 4,800 mana per second, causing 49,930 shadow damage over 4.5 seconds, and healing you for 200% of the damage done. You can see we're getting Tormented Souls here. We have Siphon Life. This is instant cast. We talked about that. That's what Siphon Life looks like. Nothing. There's no animation to it. The little green things you're seeing is that person's wild imps. I'd go somewhere else, but there's no other demon we can actually hit. We talked about Unstable Affliction. We'll throw that on really quick, which increases the damage of Haunt, which is one of our abilities. You can see sends out a little haunted spirit. And Corruption, 4,800 mana, instant cast, corrupts the target, causing 32,042 shadow damage over 14 seconds. There we go. And of course, Agony, 4,800 mana cost, instant cast. Agony damage sometimes will generate a soul shard. This inflicts increasing agony on the target, causing up to 49,700 shadow damage over 18 seconds. The damage starts low and increases over the duration. Refreshing Agony maintains its current damage level. So we want to keep Agony up when it reaches its maximum damage level. And as you can see, we have a 6 on Reap Souls. Let's go ahead and click that. As you can see, we brought the souls into us. We have 30 seconds of 10% increased damage, and it will double the effectiveness of the other traits of the Deadwind Harvester. Now, what does that mean? That error is these. So we are gaining 4% increased shadow damage just from this, from Crystalline Shadows. So as you can see, it's a fun spec. I like it. It's a lot of maintaining your DOT spells, but all in all, I mean, it's not really that hard. It just takes a little bit of getting used to. I think I've played Affliction a little bit this expansion, not too much. Oh, we gotta Reap the Souls. I love that animation. Weird little, kind of like Thresh from League of Legends. Run around and steal the souls of the things you're killing. So we've taken a look at all of our abilities. We've taken a look at our talents, our animations. We went and got our Deadwind Harvester. This guy just wanted to stand in front of me for no reason. We took a look at our class hall. We got to walk around and check out. It's very dark, very cool. We're on the Twisting Nether, owning a Legion stronghold, if you will. And now we control the demons that reside here. So, guys, I do want to thank you very much for joining me on this journey. If you did like the video, I would appreciate you leaving me a like. It helps me to know that I'm doing a good job. If you have any comments or any questions, please leave them below. I will get to those as soon as possible. I do appreciate any comments. If you have any questions, like I said, I will try and get the answer for you, either by coming on the character myself or asking someone who has been playing in one of the guilds that I'm in on the beta, what their expertise is, or their expert opinion would be on your question. Again, thank you for joining me. I hope you have yourselves a wonderful day or a wonderful evening, depending on where you are in the world, and I hope to see you in another video.